This video is brought to you by CoolstuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena we're going to check out a Sultai ramp, but first of all, we are so freaking close to 50,000. Like 350 subs away. So, like and subscribe even if you don't even know if you like this yet. Just do your boy a salad. Do your boy a salad, because the sooner I start Jank Week, the sooner I can get it done. I've been saving up some homebrewed nonsense for all of you. Just waiting. It's just waiting. If you're watching this, you're probably part of the... Well, you're about 50-50 to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. I know that about 50% of my minutes go to people who are not subscribed to the channel, so hit the button. All right, enough of that YouTube mumbo jumbo. People who watch this know I don't usually hit you with that at the start of the video. But anyway, Sultai ramp has been kind of the rage. Andrea Mengucci was the person most credited to for playing it and writing about it on channelfireball.com. And people have asked me about best of one-ing up this deck, because the deck that Andrea plays basically ignores the red matchup until after sideboard, where cards like Aether Gust, Cry of the Canarium, and Ritual of Soot show up. And in best of one, we don't have the option of ignoring aggressive matchups, and the deck was definitely pretty cold to aggressive matchups. So this is the version that we're going to be trying out. It does go up to 4 Tyrant score, and it has an Arboreal Grazer and some Paradise Druids as cards that you could play early and throw under the bus when your opponent is attacking you. Thought Erasure still holds a place in the main deck, but it's not the 6 discard spells that you might see in the best of 3 build. We just go with the 4 discard spells here in Thought Erasure. Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath is still the main focal point of the deck. Pretty much casting this, bringing it back over and over and over is what the deck does. And by getting all those lands into play, casts big Hydroid Crasises, lots of Casualties of War, uses Cameo to fill the graveyard and get back more Casualties of War and Hydroid Crasi, and Jace the Wielder of Mysteries is in there as an easy I win the game button that I don't usually play, and quite honestly I would probably cut this and either run another Tamiyo or like one Ritual of Soot to have a bailout or another Grazer. But you know, I always get these comments, and I just know if I start playing this deck today, I'm gonna deck myself at some point. So whatever. Jace, Wielder of frickin' Mysteries. Are you happy, internet? All right, so then in the mana base, we have 6 Scry lands, 4 Fabled Passage, all the shock lands, and then 2 of each basic. And what we have there is a sideboard, if you want to use it. I think I kept it unchanged from the list that I found on the internet. I only changed a bunch of things on the main deck. So I moved a lot of pieces around to try to make it so that you didn't just roll over and die if the red mage had you in the crosshairs. You still roll over and die. It's just if you go second, you might not, or it might take a while. And now I realize an absolute glaring flaw to the deck. It is proven, as is our meme on Twitch, that if you don't run gorgeous lands, the shuffler will mana screw you or mana flood you in some way. So we have to change the land, or else we're going to have a real bad time. When are they going to make it so that we can set a default land, people? When? All right, looking up and down the list, we talked pretty much about all the cards, but I still think that Paradise Druid for both the mana fix and the potential blocker. Don't be too afraid to block with this, especially if your hand also contains Uro, and that's going to be your ramp anyway. This deck doesn't have Nissa. It doesn't ramp into Nissa. So sometimes you're just playing this as a 2-1, get in front of that Robber of the Rich and be happy kind of card. But mostly Uro spam. Uro spam. Uro spam. That's how we do it. And Casualties spam and Krasis spam. If we're casting a lot of these 3 cards, then we're doing something right. Traditional standard. Anyway, there's some deck stats. Lots in the 2-drop so that we can compete. And 28 freaking lands. First game of the standard event. 3 losses, you're out. 7 wins. You are a god among insects. Let's go. In. What will we face? Who will the opponent be? Sweet avatar. That one that you have to buy. Don't feel like I see it too often. Going first, hand that does all the things and has the Uro. Yes, pretty please. Let's roll. Is that lag I'm experiencing? Sometimes the first game of the day just is way slower and clunkier than it ought to be. It's moments like this. I check my task manager. Yeah, everything appears to be fine. All right. Growth to the Spiral. Grow Spiral the Dragon. What do you think? Do we get Teamer Adventures or do we get aggro? We get aggro. Let's see if they make this a 3-3 or not. Okay, 3-3. So in that case, we'll Spiral here. If it was a 2-2 going for damage, I might Scorn. Put this into play. Okay, good. We drew another land. We can go... Oh, awkward. So what we have to do here, play the land. Now we've got the blue source open. Play the Uro. Gain the 3. All right, 2 life. And I suppose I'll hold up the Tyrant Scorn. I could play the Paradise Druid here and just go for the casualties next turn, though. Oh, that's pretty rude. Okay, fine. You talked me into the rude boy play. It wasn't too hard, to be honest. Here they come. Boom shakalaka. That's probably a setback. I guess we'll find out. In the meantime, the graveyard is up to 3 cards. We've got to get up to 6, including Uro, to bring Uro back. Our opponent does have another red source, though. They're feeling okay. They might recover from this. I'm going to be looking to trade my Paradise Druid at the next opportunity I get to help fill that graveyard. Well, the opponent obliged me. Not that happy about it, but... Hey, we got another. So now what? Can probably have Uro back by next turn, depending how they play this. Here's the Zeta. Oh, we're getting busy. Here they come. You can feel it. They wants to attack. They needs to attack. So, if I kill one of these, it'll turn the Pelt Collector into a 3-3. So I guess I'm blocking the Zerta. I could kill both of these, too. Seems fine. All right, away with both of you. It now bring me back my Titan, who is going to have to carry me the rest of the way because I'm out of toys. And my opponent still has one. Ooh, good draw. We do have Tamiyo in our deck, so actually thinking about what you exile is a thing. Thought Erasure. I guess we'll go after that card. Domri Chaosbringer. I'm glad that we did. That would have been a hard card to deal with if it ticked down and found creatures. Like, when you hit their card advantage source, it feels pretty good. Ooh, baby. We can't shoot the Paradise Druid. It has Hexproof for now, anyway. So I think we just sit still. I'll go ahead and cast the Spiral in case we find something like a Tamiyo. And end the turn. Opponent hitting 2 lands in a row at a critical juncture. Yeah, I'll just take that. All right, Temple. Let's see what's on top. This is where the Scry lands are doing the work. If you're gonna run 28 land, the Scry lands start to look a lot better. Well, with the opponent on 4, let's run out the Crazy Boy. And that's game. 2 Thought Erasures and a Boreal Grazer. His hand could be amazing or terrible. The fact that I don't have an untapped green source on 1 is pretty awkward too. I'm still gonna give it a try. We're like a few good draws away from a real hand. And look at that. Look at what the opponent's got for us. So, what am I playing next turn? I feel like I'm going to have to Thought Erasure them just to keep them from blowing me up, but if they play a Pride Mate, I'm so far behind. I think I better start scrying for interactive spells. We don't have any Tyrant Scorns or Casualties in this hand, and no Uro. Okay, Birth. Yeah, we're definitely Thought Erasing. We can hit their Heliod and leave them attacking us with a 1/1 lifelinker. We're not that bad off. Prison Realm. It's annoying. And Conclave Tribunal, but I don't think I can worry about their removal spells. I think I have to worry about their threats. So I'm going to take the Ajani and then next turn take the Archon. Whenever you're like borderline with Thought Erasure, it makes sense to throw it in the graveyard because Uro can eat it. Okay, so I believe I can play this, put the Watery Grave down tapped, then play the Fabled Passage with 4 lands and use that to Thought Erasure. That way I don't have to shock myself for the grave. I do have to fetch... I don't get to fetch double green that way. That could come back to bite me. Let's find out. For science. Maybe we can get the opponent to use that Conclave Tribunal on a Grazer, huh? Vanishing Light. Oh my god, White Prison. Alright, out of there. Yep, we'll start keeping the lands now. So we're trying to run up into a nice Hydroid Krasis. Transcendent Envoy. Still attacking for that sweet, sweet life gain. So this turn, I'm just going to send out my Paradise Druid, who's going to hang out. And throw it back to the opponent. I want the Krasis to draw me at least 2 cards, since we know it's going to get exiled anyway. And then Tamiyo, like, what are we really looking for? Not quite sure yet. At least let the opponent know I thought about it. Casualties of War and Uro are definitely the cards I'm most interested in with Tamiyo. Casualties of War is the biggest hit on these jail effects, so I think I'll go digging for that. Let's get another green. And I'm going to do this now in Krasis. If we draw another land, like next turn, the Krasis draws yet another card, so waiting makes sense. Yep, let's talk lunar anomalies, kids. No Uro, no casualties. But all the Thought Erasures you can handle. And Fabled Passage. Look at this graveyard. It's a nice nice matching set we got there. So one of the things that people miss is that the Life's Bounty can be sacrificed to protect Banishing Light if the opponent so wishes. So part of me wants to get that off the field, but I don't have to yet. Let's wait. We might draw the land, then we'd want the card from the Krasis. There you go. I know you're also going to jail, Krasis, but not without gassing up my hand. There's the cards we're looking for. And this is the strength of the Sultai ramp deck. Much like Sultai in a format long gone now, is just when you can start casting Krasis to Krasis to Krasis. It's kind of interesting that you don't even need Nissa Nissa is almost a weakness in this deck, which is strange. You could definitely run a few, but you don't need it. Gideon's here. Oh boy. And they tapped out. Oh god. Oh, it's gonna get so vicious. Do I want to get rid of pacifism? I think I can do this first, right? Yeah. So much mana. All right. Scorn. Well. Yeah, they'll give me a target eventually. I can scorn back my own Krasis and get rid of the pacifism that way. That's pretty cool. All right, target planeswalker, target land, target enchantment, target creature. Who's got the artifact? My opponent. We get the fiver. We get the full-blown fiver. All right, so we can name Tyrant Scoring because it's on top of our deck. We can return Hydroid Krasis to our hand next turn and recast it. And the opponent wants no more of that. Yeah, this hand has two of the things we need and a Thought Erasure, so we'll try it and hope we're not dead before we untap. Darn it. Darn it. All right. Temple of Milady. Do not need more Thought Erasures. Thought Erasure is a pretty bad card against mono red. Not only that, right now we're looking at shocking ourselves just to cast it. All while taking at least 3 damage a turn, maybe more. Life is pain. Interesting. Do I play a Paradise Druid to try to intercept here, or do we knock something out of the hand? So the opponent doesn't have a Light Up the Stage. Nearly every opponent ever plays it there. Probably not a Rimrock Knight. So we do think they have Annex, Embercleave, Torbrand. They probably have some of those cards. So I think we have to get them. As much as it stings. And lean on Uro to bring us back. Bonecrusher Giant Shock. Okay. Could be worse. This card, people think this card is really good against mono red. It's actually really painfully slow. I think I have to bin it. I don't have enough lands or things around to make mana. I'd much rather cast and bring back Uros. So the opponent hits the shock. This last Thought Erasure is probably worthless now. Oh god. Brutal top deck. Absolutely brutal. Tyrant Scorn, okay. That can take out the Fervent Champion. And at least slow some of this damage down. We want to do that before they go to attacks. What the hell? Are you freaking kidding me? You need more control. All right. God, I hate red decks. I hate them. The way that they draw it makes me so infuriated. They always have the nuts off the top, even when they keep bad hands. All right. Suck it up, Buttercup. We're pretty dead. But by God, I'm at least going to cast this Uro and rage a little. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yep, dead. Dead if they activate Chandra, attack with all, and use the castle. It's this card. They're not going to do it. Still don't think I can win. They didn't activate the Chandra. I guess they're going to shock me? Yeah, I know I could have cast Casualties, but then I'd still be dead. If I tap out for Casualties, I die here. Because this thing makes the tokens. Alright. I mean, maybe they thought they had lethal?
Remember this one?
Okay. So I need an untapped land to bring back Uro and play a Tyrant Scorn, so I should scry for an untapped land that I can play. Gross. All right. So if I bring it, I have to use this mana, so it has to be blue. I need island, exactly, I think. Because if I have to pay 2 life for this, there's no way it's gonna work. All right. Well, I said we would lose to red, but I still hate it. I still absolutely despise it. Everything about it.
Say hi to my fiery friends.
Don't have the mana for the Scorn, but maybe Paradise Druid will help us out. Odd Erasure. I don't know if I need that. I do know I'm a bit short on blue mana. And my opponent's giving me the Chandra look. I'm gonna bottom this. We'll see if I have regrets. I have regrets. Maybe not. Butta bones. Priest. Gross. That probably has to die. This can go get a blue mana, but we can do it next turn. We can play this tapped. Wait. If I Growth Spiral and put this into play, then this can go fetch blue. And then I can still Tyrant Scorn. I can do that at instant speed too if I want to wait. Will I have enough black if I do that? Yeah, I go green, blue, I go black, this is blue. Okay. Sorry, it was a little tricky. So the plan is these two Growth Spiral, put this into play tapped, sacrifice this, get an island, black, blue, Tyrant Scorn. Which is Oven. Let's do it in response to that, so the opponent can't make the food. They might have Claim. No, they tap their red, so maybe not. Good draw. Pew! All right, they've got a creature, a land, and an artifact for the casualties next turn. Meow. Meow. Ooh. Ooh. They're playing out a bunch of toys. Okay. I see you. What do you think? Do we hit him up casualties? I think so. Since we have this to cover a Mayhem Devil if they draw one, I think we go for that. All right, they throw Kitty in Oven. I'm sure they bring back Kitty. Definitely a sign they don't have a Mayhem Devil, though. Or they would hold that sacrifice effect to take out the Paradise Druid. I guess I know nothing, Jon Snow. Just gonna do this now before they play another Mayhem Devil and mess me up. Don't want to goof that up. Let's not attack. I just trade you for Gutter Bones. The other idea is to hold it, and if we get an untapped land, our Krasis is better. I guess that's fine. We're going to gain this life back anyway. We can't stop the opponent from getting back their Gutter Bones if they want it. It's a good draw for them. All right. We'll go to a 4/4 here. We do have to watch out for Claim the Firstborn, so we don't want to put unnecessary power into our Krasis. Claim is pretty darn solid against us. And the way that my opponents have drawn cards today, I'm very nervous they're just going to rip it off the top. So this is where we want to play a Tamiyo and have a Tyrant Scorn in hand to bounce our own Krasis. before that can happen. Alright, they want to draw some cards. Shall we oblige? Or shall we take it? I guess I'll take it. I have another Krasis. Slaughter Priest. So this says to sacrifice a creature or enchantment for first strike until end of turn, and whenever you sacrifice any permanent, +2/+0. So that can be a house, and it's been something new that's been working its way into these decks. I've been thinking about having it, like showing the sacrifice deck with Slaughter Priest for a while now. It's been in my deck box. Anyway, Uroam. And then Tamiyo. Probably. Or another Uro. Do we have the cards in the graveyard for this? We sure do. Alright, well, we want the ramp, so bring it back again. So I said I wanted the Scorn. Do I want the Scorn more than the Casualties, though? I think so. So Uro getting us a good life boost here. We're definitely trying to dodge a claim. Claim will be painful. Should I attack my opponent? If I'm not going to block anyway, what I'll definitely do is block the Slaughter Priest. And I guess I want to threaten to block the Reaper, so no, let's not attack. Gain life, build defense. That is the plan. All right, here they come. I kind of wish I had kept the Casualties. We're at the point where Tamiyo could get it back and we could play it. Might be better. Take out their Black Source. They're drawing some extra cards here, so maybe not. Anyway, they bulldoze through the Uro. Jace, huh? Your timing's impeccable, bro. Let's see. This can get me another Uro. Krasis can get me. Just be a big old Krasis. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure. Although still, that claim the Firstborn, right? It looms large. How about like this? We'll use Tamiyo. We'll get back the Scorn. So now we have that protection from a claim. We'll play Jace. Plus, fill our own graveyard, draw some cards. And pass the turn. And now if the opponent pumps a bunch of action into the Slaughter Priest, we have Scorn to cover that as well. And then we can kind of Krasis freely. That's a thing. Play our Krasis. Just make sure we have 2 mana open. You're thinking about claiming that. I know you are. All right. Second Priest. Gross. Attacking Tamiyo with both. You're gonna want to sacrifice something here, probably the Gutter Bones. Okay, so that's a 4/2 first strike now. Do I bounce my Krasis, or do I save this? I think I just save it. It's going to be the only thing out there, and I still think that Claim will eventually show up. But if we're not going to play it this turn, let's go ahead and cast the Growth Spiral. It probably looks silly to my opponent, but Claim is not going to punk me out. Alright, they've got a Priest. Priest is annoying. Let's Jace mill ourselves. Let's look around. How many casualties? 1 casualty's there, 1 casualty's there. Krasis 3. Uro still on 1. I think we try to find another casualties.
Let me aid your research.
Boom. And that's a scoop up. When that Tameo hits the biggest, baddest thing, it's hard not to reach for the concession. Game on. Going for the money back win. Number 4. The house money win. When you hit that 4th win, you're playing with house money. Wow. No ramp, a lot of blamp. Let's do it. All I need is like an Uro or a growth spiral off the top, and Temple to help me find it to really start making this hand hum. Of course, Baby Krasis isn't exactly humming, but functioning, I guess, might be the better word. And if we get to 6 mana, oh, some stuff is blowing up. Some stuff is exploding. Our opponent takes them all. Would you like to take another one? In the house money game, I don't want it to be close. I want all my opponents to mulligan to 0. Which I've never actually seen. That has never happened. Add it to my MTG bucket list. Here in the arena, nobody has ever mulled to 0. I think, well, I do need the land. Man, missing that 2-drop ramp spell, though. You know, I'm gonna keep it. I'm just gonna try to stall. Never mind, stalling won't work. I hate you. Hate you so much. Alright, let's play this tapped. Next turn we'll play the Swamp, Tyrant Scorn, the best thing they've got going. Knights, Rakdos. Okay. Sure. Alright, that's a good I'll play this tapped play. They might have a Rotting Regisaur. Or a Blacklands Paragon is far more likely here, right? Okay, they're gonna attack first. I think I better take out the Paragon. If they have the Dino too and the Embercleave and all that, I wasn't gonna win this game anyway. Jesus. It's just that kind of day, everybody. Alright. Frickin' aggro decks in best of 1, they just never have bad draws. Alright, how do I buy enough time to get me here? I'm going to need to draw something for next turn. They drop off Murderous Rider, that's a flex. And then that's an Embercleave. See if we can tempt them into equipping anything else. Yeah, just God draw. Perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, perfect mana. It's fine. Ooh, they do equip something else. Well, they can just move it over next turn. I have to draw a Tyrant Scorn. I don't. Okay, we're going for that house money win again. Let's try harder this time. Was I supposed to just take the 4 from the Paragon and hope, like, and save it for the Embercleave? They could just beaten me to death. No matter what I scorned there. Okay. Aggro, aggro, aggro. Aggro, 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 shut up. Alright. And you can tell I'm a little spiteful. I'm a little spiteful at how this has gone. Why did I ever play a deck that wasn't great against aggro? What is the matter with me? What is the matter with CGB? Yeah, we definitely don't need the spiral here with Uro doing things. Oh yeah, here comes the stuff. Alright, our opponent stumbled on land. We'll see if we can figure this one out. If if we get a chance here. So do I keep a land that doesn't shock me? I don't think it changes my play next turn anyway. So I think we bottom that. I think my play next turn is probably another Uro. We could play a baby Krasis. That's not very enticing to me. But I want to get to these casualties. Dawn of Hope. Because why not? I guess a 3/3 Krasis might be the best thing. Let's think about this. Uro gains 3 life, puts down another tap land, but we still have no board presence. We can't block with it. Baby Krasis gains 1 life, but we have a blocker. Maybe it will hold off some of these creatures. And if I cast Casualties next turn, I'm still taking a bunch of damage because I still have no board presence. So I think it's the Krasis. Oh, they hit that 3rd land right on time. It was a little late, but... Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna get that off the field. Down to 10. Can we get out of this? This is an enchantment. This is the creature. This is the land. It will definitely slow them down. In that deck, fill that graveyard. Though I'm not really sure what land I need. Let's take a blue, I guess. Casualties. So choose your targets. Here's my creature. Remember, this has indestructible. Blowing it up won't do me any good. There's my enchantment. There's my land. The opponent's mana is too constrained for Dawn of Hope to help them very much. And am I going to block this Witness? I could. I guess I may as well be prepared to. It's more important than starting to clock the opponent who's at 20-9. Next turn can be Uro and Tamiyo get the casualties back. And just try to casualty them into oblivion. Sure. Slow that roll. We could keep ramping with Uro too. Like, let's see, we have 6, this is up to 9 mana. Once we have 10, we can play Tamiyo and get back casualties the same turn. If we play 2 lands this turn, we can play 3 lands this turn, right? We'd have to get another land in the graveyard somehow. I think we just play a big Krasis. Oh, I really do want to keep ramping. I really do need to keep ramping. All right. Let's see what we draw. Okay. 1, 2. I'm at 13. I can afford to take a hit. As long as this doesn't turn on. So hopefully this will help me avoid that. And fill my graveyard. Giant Killer. Ba 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't turn this on. Don't draw Linden. Don't you do it. Oh, that does it too. That hurts. Down to 5. Ugh. Ugh. Got wrecked. Here's my Krasis. All right, let's power out another Uro. Oh, Tamiyo, why are you so slow? So we have to gain some life here. This can make the Heliod unblockable. Could be worse. Baby Krasis. If we draw the land, the Grazer can play it, which is why we sequence the Krasis first. All right, defenses have been assembled. Will it be good enough? Our opponent is playing off the top of their library. Will they draw something nutty like a Linden and crush me? They do have Dawn of Hope, so they have some good rebuilding options. Here comes some trouble. All right, you're taking one for the team. Does the opponent have a way to instant speed add? Yeah, they do. So you block here. They can make a Dawn of Hope token, and if they do, it triggers Daxos, triggers Heliod, trades with the Krasis. Which I don't think I want. The Krasis in the graveyard can be Uro food, but I still think I'd rather have a blocker on the board right now. So does the opponent get enough size over there to stop me from attacking with Uro? They kind of do. I still think I want the card. Oh god. Oh, it's all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Fabled Passage, huh? Fill that graveyard. See if we can hit a casualties. Whiff. All right, let's attack. The opponent kills it, so be it. I guess I can play this and get it back. Is that better than a Hydroid Krasis? It's 2 cards. Hydroid Krasis would be 2 cards from here too. Yeah, 1, 2. Yep. So this is better. Dig, baby, dig. Keep this untapped one. Send this to the graveyard. All right, up to 18, but facing an absurd amount of power and toughness. And I can't draw a Tyrant Scorn, and I can't draw a Casualties of War. And my opponent is just ripping Pridemates. Okay, come on. We can do this. We must find a way. Base, ignoring Tamiyo, wow. All right, can they instant speed make anything? No. So I can block here. If the opponent sacks the Alseid Life's Bounty, they sack it, whatever. I could also block here and they can't save it. Like, I guess they can hand out lifelink, but this is still gonna be fine. Do I, So, do I just take 13? I don't think so. I think Krasis can go under this particular bus. Oh, they can gain a life when they sacrifice this. That's something I often forget. So whenever a creature dies, they gain a life, and they can sacrifice this. But at the same time, they're not using their protection, and they're not using this to make something unblockable, so this might still be the right play. I definitely didn't think about that side of it, but I think if I did, I would still make the same block. What? I mean, okay, I guess it doesn't matter what they target. Doesn't matter what they give the protection to. Another Tamiyo. All right, casualties. Oh my god. Can't do it, you guys. Can't frickin' do it. Go again.
To the library.
kidding me? There are 22 cards left in my deck. 4 are Tyrant Scorns and 3 are Casualties. My best cards in the matchup. All right. And you know what? It doesn't matter. We've got to try to win anyway. You just don't get a choice in these things. Keep gaining life. Keep putting bodies on the field. There is a Scorn. Okay, so we play you. What do we Scorn? It's possible we just want to bounce the Heliod or kill a Pridemate. Whenever something dies, it does create a life gain trigger. We have to keep that in mind. Let's say go. Let the opponent decide how they're going to attack and work on it from there. 5th land. Lifelink to the Pridemate, okay. All right, we're gonna try to kill this. We're gonna take one for the team over here, and we're gonna destroy this Pridemate. That's it, right? Actually, I can take out the Daxos and then turn off the Heliod, right? Yeah. We also have to make sure we get the Jace back. I'm probably not going to be able to kill... My opponent's going to have an absurd amount of life. I may not be able to kill them. So, we've got to get Jace back. I don't know if we have to do it this turn. Our opponent's ignoring Tamio a lot. But it is a thing we should do. Okay. That's a good draw. Indestructible, remember? All right, drop that particular bomb. Get the Uro in there. Gain the life. There's another Scorn. You keep grinding, and eventually, they just can't stop you anymore. So do I get back the Jace? Where are we at? 19 cards? I think I just get back... Well, no, I shouldn't even need casualties anymore. Yeah, I'm going to get the Jace now. Before the opponent can draw Banishing Light. They shouldn't have any way to deal with this at instant speed. And I'll play a big Krasis next turn, right? I'll just play it now. I can get another Krasis out of the graveyard next turn if I want. Look at all the gas that was on the bottom of the deck. But we got to it. That game was so scary. We got our house money. Our 4th win. Now it's all gravy. It's all fun and games. Pressure's off. Just, you know, I'll get killed by mono red on turn 3, and I won't be salty at all. That's a lie. That's a dirty, rotten lie, and you know it. I guess. Turn 2 Paradise, turn 3 Jace. And here comes Mono Red. I have so many regrets about playing this deck. You just can't do it. The deck strictly doesn't exist. Alright. We're going to try to figure it out. We've got an Uro and a Paradise Druid, by God. This can't be too bad. Can't really block though, can it? It has to use Uro to ramp next turn. Coward. So what is that, an Embercleave for sure? I think so. I could have 2 untapped mana, and I could try to pose, but I'm not going to. If they've got it, they've got it. Oh, it's right there too. Oh well. Torbrand, that's what it is. They have Torbrand. Land Torbrand dead. Nope. That would be a good reason to save the Spitter as well, though. What can you do? Prizes! Hardly worth the pain. Hardly worth the pain. Okay, so I got to 4 wins, which shows how great the deck is against everything that isn't mono red. That said, I can't stand losing to mono red. I hate losing to mono red. I hate it more than anything on earth. So I cannot play this deck in best of 1. It may as well be absolutely dead to me. It may as well be not even on the radar. And it looks so cool. Crassusing and Uroing is so much fun. But I don't think that you can reasonably change that change the mono red matchup with the cards available. If somebody thinks I'm wrong, go ahead, publish the anti-red version of the list that works it more than 60% of the time against the only deck worth playing. But anyway, I do think the deck is cool for best of 3. And if you're thinking about running it in F&M or another tournament, the sideboard is still here exactly as I received it from the interwebs. So you can download it and play it in best of 3, and you'll see what I mean. It actually has really good matchups against everything that isn't mono red. So I hope that you have a lot of fun with it. Thank you for watching the video, and as always, I will see you in the next video, and remember to sub for Jank Week. See ya.